What's up, fam? How y'all doing? It's Friday and it's Fringe Science Friday. I got some fun stuff to talk to you about. Here's the deal. Davina and I just dropped Credo Level 2. Why is that important? Because we're talking about decision making, which sounds kind of boring at first, quite honestly. But when you really think about decision making, it is literally your capacity and power to create your tomorrow. And if your today is not that great, then you should probably focus on decision making, because how you create your tomorrow, how you innovate the future, that is everything. That is your life. And so we talk about how certain people like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, how do they anticipate the future 2, 3, 10 years ahead of time and create an extraordinary life, not just for themselves, but for their employees and for people to experience something we've never experienced before. What would it look like for you to do that in dentistry? What would it look like for you to do that not just for your practice, but for your lifestyle, for your kids, to change the tapestry of how we actually move forward? Well, people as a whole, we make decisions using our brain, using the reptilian, limbic, and neocortex parts of our brain. The problem is, those are the worst decision makers you can possibly use. And you're probably thinking, but what else is there? Well, we talk about it. Cerebrospinal fluid, sacral regions, sacral plexus, how these actually are the key to you making innovative, creative, badass decisions. It's not theoretical, it's empirical, it is real, and we'll talk to you about in Credo Level 2. Now, how does the brain function? The fascinating thing is that the part of the brain formed first is the reptilian. It is the rest, digest, fight, or flight mechanism. It is automated, and its primary job is to react. And the second part of the brain formed is the limbic, again, that emotional center. It is the bridge or conduit between the conscious and subconscious minds. It's the voice of those two minds, actually, an emotional communicative pathway. Now, here's what's important. Its job is to tell the neocortex what to look for or to look out for. Because this final piece, the neocortex, it's cerebral. Right? It's fully formed around the age of 7 when the conscious mind is developed and can rationally think for itself and make decisions. It, in reality, is the surveyor, an antenna to the outside world, using the 5 senses to pull in information and thus make decisions. Now, I'm going to give you an example here. I want you to watch this clip. And as you watch this clip, I want you to just kind of see what comes up for you on an emotional level. As you watch this, what do you feel? Okay. Now, crazy video, and probably you've seen it before. You've probably seen some clip from this particular walkway in China. And now I want you to imagine that you are that older man walking on the bridge as it begins to crack. You probably flip out, fall down, scramble just like he does to get away from these cracks that are propagating, right? You think you're falling to your death 3,000 feet below. Now, what's happening in the brain as this goes down? Well, your neocortex is going to go dark actually for a second. It's going to go dark because your fight or flight response, the reptilian brain, is jumping into action, right? It's instinctual. And it says, we got to get the fuck out of here or we're going to die. Now, the limbic is given the charge to release corresponding hormones that initiate its pre-programming, right? Fight or flight. How do we get out of this? It is going to override your neocortex because it takes too long for you to be like, well, is it real or is it not real? We don't have time for that, right? We got to get going. Now, last but not least, the neocortex is also going to learn from this. It went dark, but it's going to learn what to look for now so that it can avoid that exact same emotional response of fear, terror, etc. Its job is then going to be able to keep the body safe. Now, going from an ordinary decision maker to an extraordinary decision maker, it's difficult. But it's difficult for a very specific reason, and that is programming. Societal and environmental programming. For example, if you didn't eat all of your food when you were younger, what happened? Were you looked at by your parents with compassion, or were you given the work puts food on the table talk, right? Made to feel bad because you didn't finish your entire plate? If you were too loud or things came too easy to you, were you celebrated for being you, right? For being extroverted, for being introverted, for being whatever you were? Or were you made to feel less than and put in your place so that it was an equal playing ground for everyone involved? How about when something you wanted costed money? Did you get the earn your way, nothing comes easy, money doesn't grow on trees talk? Tell me what's coming up as you hear these. Do you have these experiences? Because most people do. We will see that actually we all have a pre-programmed response. It is literally our software that all new stimuli we have a fear response to. Hear what's happening there. It's actually being edited. What did you see? What you smell, taste, touch, hear, your five senses, they have a filter, right? They have been edited by the reptilian and limbic brain to only look for things that are going to support safety. This is why when you encounter a trigger, you will actually re-enter an old pattern. It's like pressing the rewind button, right? And you're going to continue to play that over and over again. And that pattern tends to be an emotional shift towards fear, guilt, and shame. Then anger, frustration, anxiety, feelings of being trapped. This tells the neocortex to look for evidence to support that way that you're feeling. It doesn't want to be out of integrity. Suddenly, everyone and everything is shit, right? Nothing seems to work. None of your dreams are coming true. Time's slipping away, and you'd better work harder. Now, here's the thing. Safety is not where we make life-changing decisions from.